Okay, movie review from 1970, and this particular album, Layla and Assorted Love Songs by Derek and the Dominoes, is my number one choice for that year. Well, this was a remarkable piece of work by Eric Clapton and his band, and although at the time he was going through some emotional pain following his rejection by George Harrison's wife, Pattie Boyd, he managed to get a group of musicians together, Jim Gordon on drums, Carl Radal on bass, Bobby Whitlock on keyboards, and the great Duane Allman on lead guitar, to produce a double album of absolute bliss. As I'm accustomed to doing, I like to go through these album reviews track by track, and at the end there will be some slides with the track list, also the personnel that were involved in this particular record, and any other additional information that's vital, including some lyric sheets for about 2 or 3 tracks, Layla, Bell Bottom Blues, to mention 2. So let's get started with the first track, I Looked Away. Well, it set the mood for me. Clapton's finest hour, the music glides through your ears as the power of Radal and Gordon, which is the cornerstone for the album, is laid down. The multi-layered guitars of Duane and Eric just simply rush through your ears, and Clapton's vocals pouring out with emotion as the solo takes us to the finish. Track 2 is Bell Bottom Blues, one of my favourite tracks of all time. A little extract of the lyrics, which are so powerful. Bell Bottom Blues, you made me cry. I just don't want to lose this feeling, and if I could choose a place to die, it would be in your arms. Glorious words, and the blues bleeds as the short liquid solos leave you bare and naked. The solos are reminiscent of some of the recent work on Harrison's All Things Must Part. I Wonder Why. Do you want to see me crawl across the floor to you? Do you want to hear me beg you to take me back? I'd gladly do it because I don't want to fade away. Give me one more day, please. I don't want to fade away. In your heart, I want to stay. Well, that chorus, I don't want to fade away. Regrettably, that's what Clapton did after this record, but more of that another time. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, this track will never fade in my memory. It's 5 stars. Beautifully slow ballad style blues. Into track 3, Keep On Growing. It's somewhat mundane after that and previous roller coaster of emotions, but Whitlock chips in with the vocals. Twin guitars sound very distinctive, like what I've grown accustomed to hearing from the Allman Brothers band. No surprises there then, and they're really fired up here, Eric and Duane, and the rhythm is as tight as it gets. There aren't any surprises in the blues style, but it's sheer bloody honesty what impresses me. On to track 4, Nobody Knows It is right up there as a blues classic. Its full title, Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out. Well, certainly we didn't even know that Clapton was Derek until eventually his record company insisted that the public know this because the record wasn't selling. Well, this is a blues classic. Duane is particularly stylish to Eric's mournful singing. His squeaky short solos just sound perfect, and Eric's Stratocaster still astounds me to this day. It's a talking animal. On to side 2, and I'm already being pulled through the mangle of emotional torture with I Am Yours. Variety is continued with the mellow, blissful laying on the beach until a full moon fill of the romantic I Am Yours. I love the congas and the organ backdrop on this track. Next up is Any Day. It's up tempo and has so much energy. The band are really rocking. Whitlock again sharing vocals, and his voice is more bassy than Clapton's. Cascading guitars chime throughout. It's emotionally rich. Next up is Key to the Highway, a traditional blues song written by Bill Brunsey. And this really is a vehicle for EC and DA to play tit for tat. It's easy to hear their differences. The more you play it, the beat is mesmerising, and Gordon personifies everything with the pounding of the skins. Many criticise the track for being too long. I disagree. The length leaves everything out there. The raw blues, the live feel. On to side 3, Tell the Truth. More iconic blues virtuoso work from Dwayne. Eric's powerful vocals mangled in with the double lead solos interlocked to create a mash of sounds representing the emotions being mixed together by Patty and him, I guess. Explosive Why Does Love Got to Be So Sad is next. It's a tour de force, next speed. Breakneck speed, in fact. Up tempo with Gordon once again shining on drums. And as the pace drops, the guitarists share tasteful short solos. Then the heartbreaking Have You Ever Loved a Woman, a terrific blues number with Eric opening his shoulders as his opening solo sets the tone for this monster. The lyric fixated on Patty and George, and 2, they're tearing them apart. Dwayne's equally impressive, and it gets together with passionate integrity. Side 4. Right, so what have we got on side 4? Well, to start with, we've got Little Wing. This was Eric's tribute to Jimi Hendrix, who we sadly lost around about the time this album was complete, and it's exquisite. The walls of guitar sounds behind the passionate vocals by Eric and Whitlock as the solos spiral even higher and higher, and it encapsulates the essence of this Hendrix gem. Towards the end, Bobby has to take over the vocals as Eric is whirring the Stratocaster over the hills and far away. It's absolutely terrific. Next up, It's Too Late, a disconsolate comment on loss, and Eric again with nice interplay on the vocals, and the bleeding goes on, as they say. And then the piece de résistance, Layla. After all's been said and done about Layla, it's still a piece of art that ages well and rightly is seen as the greatest rock song of all time. The album cuts with extended piano outro, and it epitomises the mood of Eric as life peters out for him, and with that whiny solo metamorphosizing the emotional pain. The song was inspired by a love story that's originated in the 7th century in Arabia, and it later formed the basis of the story of Layla and Majnun by the 12th century Persian poet Nizami Ganjavi. Yes, I got that off Wikipedia. Anyway, a copy of the book was given to Eric, and at the time of the emotional tragedy of Patty. Well done, that man. He should get a credit. Anyway, when he heard it, Jim Gordon decided to play a piano piece to add on the end, which he grabbed from a song by his wife, Rita Coolidge. Anyway, Clapton convinced Gordon to play the piano on the end of the song. So that is how the album was put, that was how the song was put together. The closer after that is Thorntree in the Garden. Now, Thorntree in the Garden was the perfect stereo recording, according to Tom Dowd, the engineer. Whitlock, Clapton, Elman, Radell and Gordon sat in a studio sat in a circle in the studio with the microphone placed in the middle as they played live. Can you imagine it? Absolutely bliss. Anyway, of the album, most of the tracks are original. There are some cover versions. Jimmy Cox's Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, Key to the Highway, which is Bill Broomsey, and Billy Miles wrote Have You Ever Loved a Woman, and of course Hendrix's Little Wing. That's about it from me. If you do nothing else with your life, please get to a record store or download this album and play it and play it and play it. You will not be disappointed. Eric Clapton, Layla and Assorted Love Songs, Derek and the Dominoes.